Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who is joining us for this live session today. I am Sanchit Mittal, your host for this edition of ApplyBoard Live series. I am very excited to welcome our friends from Concordia University of Edmonton today to talk to you about your next steps as an international student. Welcome, welcome. Let's have a quick round of introductions. Amanda.
Hello, warm welcome to everyone. I'm Amanda. I'm the Manager of International Relations at Concordia University of Edmonton, and I'm really excited to be part of this call and to greet some students that are thinking about Concordia University of Edmonton.
Lovely to have you, Amanda. Let's hear from you, Navleen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Navleen, and I'm an International Office Assistant at CUE, and also I'm an international student at Concordia University, so it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to talk to you.
Thank you, Navleen. We are excited that you'll be able to bring dual perspective to this conversation today as a student as well as a staff. Love that. Hello, Madison. Let's hear from you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Madison. I work in the registrar's office. So I am one of the people that would be helping you select all of your courses, plan your degree, and at the end, help you graduate.
Excellent. I think the first question I have will perfectly fit for you, Madison. After a student has received their acceptance letter, what are their next steps?
Good question. Always lots of questions about that. Usually what will happen is the admissions office will send you an email that includes a link of some sort and some registration information, and that kind of breaks down the steps there. If you don't happen to get that email, that's okay. Everything that you'll need will also be found online. So once you kind of get that confirmation, you're going to go to your online services for students, and everything that you need will be there for you. And the registration advisors can also help you with that.
Sweet. You spoke about the registration process. Can you tell us a little bit more about and probably give us an overview of this registration process?
Yeah, so the first thing I usually recommend is we have a resource called the New Student Registration Information Session. It's a video that we have online, and I believe we have a link that can get shared at some point here. This basically walks you through every single thing you need to know about where to find your course requirements, how to select the courses, some program planning tips. All of that is in this one single video. From there, you'll have to pay your registration deposit through your online course selector, which can also be found online in your student services portal. And then from there, you're just going to select all of your courses. It's a fairly simple process. And if you have any questions, then you can always email a registration advisor to kind of get some more feedback or assistance with that.
Superb. Having a video walk you through the entire process sounds a wonderful idea. I'm sure the students will benefit from that. So in the same vein, are there any important deadlines that students should keep in mind when thinking about their registration process?
Yeah, the first one that we get a lot of questions about is just when's the first day of class. So August 30th, 2021 is the first day of class for the fall semester this year. And then the next important deadline is September 7th, which is the day that you have to make any changes to your schedule for the fall term. So if you want to add a course or drop a course without any penalties, you have until September 7th at noon Mountain Standard Time here in Alberta to make that change. The last one for the fall is December 3rd, which is the last day to withdraw from a course. So if you're not happy with your grades so far, anything like that, you have some time to kind of make a decision whether to continue in the course or not. And then if anyone's applying for the winter semester, a similar breakdown of that would be January 5th is the first day of class. January 12th is the last day to add or drop any classes. And then April 8th will be the last day to withdraw from any classes.
Right on. So there's first day of classes, there's a little time for students to add or drop courses, and then additional time to make sure if there's any changes they might want to make, they have time to speak to an advisor. That sounds amazing. Talking about advisors, I'm sure there's a variety of services at the university. Amanda, can you tell us a little bit more about the various services that you all provide to international students?
Of course. So Concordia has two departments that exist specifically to serve students, and I'll talk a little bit about both. The first is the international office. So we provide dedicated support to international students, and those supports range from pre-arrival support, so support at the very beginning, just after you applied from Concordia, support in the form of orientation, so helping you get oriented when you first arrive in Edmonton. We also provide immigration supports, so students can access those through one-on-one sessions or through workshops that we might be hosting throughout the semester. We also have fun events as well. So we run different cultural events on campus every semester. Those tend to be big celebratory events. They're lots of fun. And then we run acculturation sessions as well. So students can learn a little bit about, for example, how to interview in Canada or how to format a resume in Canada, things like that. So lots of support available. We have a dedicated international student advisor that's available for international students basically all the time, year round. So yeah, that's her position, is to support international students. We also have a student life and learning department that is responsible for academic and sort of well-being support for students. So services available through that department as well. So there's a writing center and other academic supports. And then there's also support like career services, counseling, things like that. So students really have access to super well-rounded supports when they're attending Concordia.
That sounds fantastic. I could hear a variety of services that you all offer to international students, and I'm sure that is very helpful when students arrive here and don't know anything about Canada. So having all of those services is amazing. So Amanda, I think a lot of students would typically ask this question, are very interested to learn. When they graduate from Concordia University of Edmonton, are all of the programs eligible for postgrad work permit?
That's a really good question, and that's a question that we receive a lot from students. And the answer is yes. So Concordia is a recognized designated learning institution. It's recognized by the province of Alberta, and the bulk of our 4-credit programs would allow students to be eligible for a post-graduation work permit after they graduate. So provided students meet other requirements, like they've maintained a status as full-time student except in their very last semester, and that they haven't overworked or anything like that, then yes, our programs do allow students to be eligible for a post-graduation work permit. There are a few very, very minor exceptions. For example, we have a master's program that's delivered part-time and mostly online. So if students have any questions or concerns, they can always reach out to the international office and we can confirm that the program that they're interested in is eligible for a post-graduation work permit. But for the most part, almost all of the programs are.
That's amazing. The students not only have the opportunity to come and study here, but also have an opportunity to potentially stay back and work here if they wanted to. That sounds fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
Talking about students, I think I have a few questions for you, Navleen. I'm sure students would love to hear from you. Tell me, what is your favorite thing about being an international student at Concordia University of Edmonton?
The list is very long and I could go on for hours. But one of the first thing that I liked is that the Concordia community is very welcoming, and I always feel like family whenever I am in the campus, even off campus. Like I have so many friends from all around the world, and it doesn't feel like I'm alone here. And especially I don't miss my family anymore. I mean, that's the first thing, like when you're coming as an international student, like you're going to be homesick and you'll miss your family a lot. But being in Concordia, I don't miss, like I do miss them, but my friends are there, everyone is there, and there is like support from Concordia University as well. That is all year around. So that's my favorite part.
Love that. Sounds like you found a family away from family here in Concordia University. That's amazing. So I guess if there was one piece of advice that you could give to future international students, what would that be?
So like there are tons of events that are happening in Concordia, as Amanda mentioned too. Like there are very big events and small events too. So I would ask everyone who's coming to Concordia, and especially international students, to take part in those events, because they will be your kind of like the first interactions that's outside of your studies. And those events are the places where you make friends. You get to talk to even your professors, because Concordia is a very small community, and your professors, your dean, everyone will be there. So talk to them, and your experience will be great.
Excellent. So, talking about events outside of studies, as you just mentioned, what is your favorite thing about living in Alberta or Edmonton as a city?
Edmonton is really beautiful. I love the fact that there is the river that's crossing from Edmonton. So there are many creeks and trails that you can go on bicycle and just walk. And I love sightseeing. I love to be around a river and just hold a book and just read to myself. And also Alberta as a whole is very beautiful. I had a trip in June with my friends to Jasper and Banff, and it was lovely. Like I didn't want to come back, but you have to come back to reality. So I came back, but if I get a chance again, I would definitely go.
I can 100% resonate with that. When I visited Banff last year, it's like, I do not want to go back home. But lucky for you, you live so close to Banff and Jasper, and are able to go whenever you feel like going. That's fantastic. So, Navleen, are there any specific extracurricular activities that you enjoy, or can say students should definitely try out?
Sure. Like there are some communities and recreation centers within Edmonton and even outside of Edmonton. So there are they hold various events over there. And if you're looking just within your community, you can always go to the parks. I like to go to the parks, sit there, watch dogs, people walking their dogs, because I love dogs. And like people are all very sweet. They let you pet their dog sometimes. So that is the very fun part. And also like within Concordia, talking about that, as I mentioned, there are tons of events that takes place within Concordia, outside of Concordia. And there was a recent stampede that was in Calgary. I went to that and it was super fun. There were many cultural activities in Edmonton. I think in the very first year when I came here, but after that, because of COVID, it was closed. There are K days and heritage days that go on for 3 and 4 days, and they're super fun. You get to try so many things, so many different foods, and see so many different cultures. So I think that's the very fun part. And your summer is just gone by through like participating in these activities. It's just gone like 4 months. I don't know where they go.
Sounds like you have a long list of events that one can do, extracurricular activities, and it always helps that Calgary is not far away. I think Stampede is one of the world's most popular events here in Canada, so that's fantastic. All right. I think if I had the opportunity, I would sit here for hours and talk to you about the experience. But I guess I have to let you all go back to your regular days. Thank you so much for making the time to talk to us today. And if there are any more questions from our students, I'm sure we'll be in touch. Thank you for making the time and having us joining us for this conversation this morning.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Once again, a big shout out and thank you to all the lovely students, recruitment partners, and everyone else watching our live sessions. We really enjoy joining in every week to talk to you about various things. If you have any questions, you know where to find us. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, night, day, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.